Nida Ibrahim is joining us from Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Now, Israel said it's striking both Lebanon and Tehran. Any more details on why and where?
Well, these strikes have been focused tonight on the media outlets that the Israeli forces are saying that they're used as propaganda. These are the words of the Israelis for both the Iranian government as well as Hezbollah. That's why we've seen them send a warning that they're going to be striking Al-Manar TV station in Dahiya, which is in the southern suburb of Beirut, and that did not stop the channel from broadcasting after the strike happened. Al-Manar had been broadcasting from another location. We've seen also an attack against the area where the TV station, the main TV and radio broadcasting authority in Tehran was being struck. Now, at the same time, missiles from Iran made their way into Israel, causing, as you said there, Imran, shrapnel injuries for one Israeli, according to the Israeli police. The general feeling among Israelis is that the injuries are minor, that the ambulance service has mostly dealt with people who have been dealing with panic or injuries while they were heading to the fortified areas. But even though for around 6 hours after sunset, it was relatively calm, these waves of strikes continued again from Iran. And in the beginning, there was a confusion because of the Hezbollah announcement that they're going to be joining this war, that are these missiles coming from Lebanon? Are they coming from Iran? Ultimately, the confirmation from the Israeli side came that these missiles were targeted from Iran. And again, as we always say, there's this heavy censorship as to the real results and the impact of these strikes. It remains to be seen if they're going to be announcing about more casualties or more damage, because for now, the Israeli police keeps reminding people to not share any videos that would expose the casualties or the amount of damage that has been caused by either the strikes or the intercepting missiles.
Now, Donald Trump, Nida, says that this could last 4 to 5 weeks. How's that going down in Israel?
Well, it depends who you're talking about, Imran. First of all, you have the Israeli army that has been saying it's been prepared for all scenarios. It has called up around 100,000 of reservists, that it was ready for most scenarios, including opening a front with Hezbollah, saying that they're even ready to head towards a ground invasion. And many would say this is something that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been wanting to do all along, by saying that he wants to continue cracking down on Hezbollah to make sure that the party disarms. But when you talk about the people, it all depends on how long this war lasts and how long they will stay in fortified areas and shelters. Because, for example, for now, in the northern areas in Israel, people spend around an hour inside these shelters. And if we compare that to the time during the last war with Iran in June, the time that was spent in shelters by Israelis is relatively much less than they are having to stay in these areas right now. That usually doesn't play well with the Israeli public. So it remains to be seen how much the Israeli and U.S. strikes have managed to weaken Iranians' missile systems and making them more or less able to send rockets into Israel. And that would kind of dictate the next phase and how the Israeli public is going to react to this war.
That's Nida Ibrahim live for us there from Ramallah. I want to take you to live pictures now from Beirut. You can see them on your screen. There's a black plume of smoke rising. It's very difficult to see, but it is there. And actually now we're seeing fires taking place. Now that's the Dahiya neighborhood in Beirut that is under attack. It's a part of southern Beirut. It's traditionally where Hezbollah have had their political leadership certainly based, but it's worth pointing out here that they haven't taken over that neighborhood. Hezbollah came from that neighborhood. They were part and fabric of that particular neighborhood. So strikes taking place right now in the southern suburbs of Beirut. That black plume of plume of smoke rising into the night. Just moments ago, a missile landing, or at least a strike landing, where there was flames, an explosion taking place. These are live pictures, as I say, from Beirut.